Boom, 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 boom. Chickadee chanka, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here. I'm Flying Pig United with some more Manchester United transfer news for you. We're going to get into the latest and greatest Manchester United transfer news right now in this video. I hope you're all doing well today, guys. Do us a favour and smash that thumbs up button if you haven't done so. But look, Tom Heaton. What, mate? What's going on? Anyway, listen, so let's get into it then, my friend. So the latest reports are coming out and suggesting that Manchester United are set to sign Tom Heaton back again, rejoining Manchester United on a free transfer this summer after he's leaving Aston Villa, right? Okay, so it's understood. This is the reports. Fabrizio Romano's reported it. It's via the Mirror, but either way, it's been reported far and wide that goalkeeper Tom Heaton is going to be joining Manchester United on a free transfer, lads and lasses. What the I mean, okay, fair enough. We've got Lee Grant at the club. He's doing one, isn't he? Let's be honest now. He's not going to be here long. David De Gea, Henderson, this situation at the moment, where they both want to be the number one. Only one of them can be the number one. Does that mean that one of them is going to have to go in this summer transfer window? Quite possibly, my friends. We're going to get into all of that in this video right here. But yes, great to see you all. Let me see who's in here. Finley Halpin, how you doing today, mate? Marek Stachowski, great to see you. Regan Taylor, Rupert Meadow, Finley, great to see you, bud. Flying Pig United fan 67, Jonathan Gallagher, Janis Varakla, Swedish Chelsea fan, Primo. Everybody, thank you very much for getting in here, you bunch of legends. So, United are about to sign our first player, it seems, of the summer transfer window, guys. But no, it is not a Jadon Sancho. It is not a Raphael Varane. It is Tom Heaton. Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, we're jumping on here to talk about this. It's basically non-news, isn't it, really, guys? Let's be perfectly fair, because this is just a backup goalkeeper, obviously. That's all we're getting. We're getting somebody who's 35 years old, who's a backup goalie, who's okay. He's pretty decent, but he's not that great anyway. It's not like he's going to be coming in there and staking a claim for that number one spot. He literally is coming in to do a job. He's just a backup goalkeeper that we're signing, basically. It does ask the question, though, my friends, and I'm going to pose this question to you, and might as well, at the start of this video, as to who should be Manchester United's number one going forward next season, and who could possibly be leaving in the next season. Now, if it's De Gea who would be the number one, then it's maybe possible that Henderson might go out on loan for a season again, or maybe two, who knows, just until De Gea gets to that ripe old age and starts to move on. Henderson's still at one of the greatest clubs in the world there. Maybe he would consider that, but I doubt it. I think maybe he would look to move on. But basically, I'm just going to ask you that, guys, right at the start of this stream. So if you had to say the number one for Manchester United next season, who would it actually be? Like, who would you want to keep? David De Gea or Dean Henderson? That's what I'm going to throw at you right now. The thing is, this kind of does obviously throw a cat amongst the pigeons in the sense that we're signing this goalkeeper here to be a backup. We've already got Grant, Henderson, and De Gea there. You know, Grant's probably leaving anyway, but Henderson and De Gea are going to have to fight it out for that number one spot, eh? Finley Halpin says David De Gea is the number one. De Gea 100% number one, says Billy Sheeran. De Gea for sure, says Shane McCarthy. Alu Jaju says David should be number one. Brummy Red says De Gea. Rupert Meadow says De Gea. Exactly. It's bloody obvious, isn't it, guys? He's the machine. He's literally, what, 32 now? The best years of his career, basically, as a goalkeeper, should be around about now. And we're just going to throw that away. We're just going to let him go to Atletico or something so he can go over there and do a bloody Luis Suarez. You don't know what you've got till it's gone. You pave paradise and you put up a parking lot. We don't want to do that, my friends. What we want to do is make sure we've got the best number one for the job at the club. And right now, I do think that is David De Gea. I'm impressed with Henderson. I like his all-round goalkeeper abilities. In some aspects of the game, he's better than David, maybe as a sweeper keeper. But as a shot stopper, as an all-round goalkeeper, David's still the man. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to see David De Gea leave in the summer. But it does look like, in my opinion, that that's probably the most realistic thing to happen. I don't know. It depends what Solskjaer wants to do. It depends what David De Gea wants to do. It depends if there's any concrete, solid offers in the summer transfer window for any of these goalkeepers from other clubs looking to bring them in. But for me personally, I think the most likely to leave out of all of them, obviously Lee Grant, but the most likely to leave out of those two probably is David De Gea, because David De Gea is, he's been at the club a long time, maybe wants a new challenge. There's been talk of for about a decade of him wanting to play back in his homeland of Spain. Maybe an offer would come in from one of the top clubs in Spain, which would be too good to refuse, and you might see him actually go back there. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. It's been toyed with in the past over previous transfer windows and stuff. Almost every transfer window, there's some sort of link for David De Gea to go back to Spain, actually. So for that reason, I think it's maybe more realistic than Henderson going, because Henderson's not long come back into the side. Henderson's not even had that many opportunities this season either, really. Yeah, okay, lately he has done. De Gea, the birth of his child allowed Henderson to have a bit of a run in the team. And maybe just in terms of the bigger fixtures and stuff recently, maybe it seems like Henderson would be Solskjaer's #1 preferred choice, and he's sort of given David maybe the B games in a way, Europa League, and but maybe not. It's hard to really argue that point, but I don't know, guys. I don't know what Solskjaer's thinking is in regards to Henderson and De Gea, who he actually wants to be his #1, because they're both really good players. They're both good goalkeepers. David certainly can't play second fiddle to Dean Henderson. That's the thing. Dean Henderson, if anything, you wait in line, son. Wait for your turn, because David's been doing bits here, my son. Wait in line, in a way. But David, no, he's got to be #1, mate. David's #1. The service he's put into this club, I mean, he couldn't just go to being second fiddle. So if Solskjaer has had that conversation with David De Gea and said, look, mate, we're going to be playing Henderson a lot more from now on or in the future. He's 25. We want to grow him. He's going to be the new David De Gea or whatever for us. You've been a great servant, but time to move on. If they've had that conversation, then that's one thing. But if not, then David De Gea, of course, is going to be wanting to be that #1 goalkeeper, and it's going to have to be Henderson that maybe looks at moving in the summer transfer window. So it's very, very... it's very interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting who's going to stay, who's going to go out of the goalkeepers this season, David or Henderson, or maybe none of them. Maybe none of them. Like I said, it's possible you might see David given the mantle this season. It's possible you might see Henderson loaned out again to another Premier League team or somewhere where he can go and get good experience and play week in, week out. And then in a way, it's kind of like best of both worlds. You've still got ownership of this great player for the future. He's getting game time and getting great experience, but you've still got ultimately one of the best goalkeepers in the world there for now, for the next few years, or next couple of seasons at least, who is perhaps better right now, but in the future, who knows? And maybe Henderson could go on and reach good heights. But in order to do that, you've got to have them both playing. So yes, let's have a vote in the live chat here then, my friends. And great to see you all. Vincent Bullock, how you doing there? Jonathan Gallagher, AR Dan, MUFC fan, Reece United, Brandon, Alu Jaju, Synodon, Satira, Legends getting in here today. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Do us a big favor actually to start of this stream and smash that thumbs up button. Also, give us a share on social media if you can. That would be much appreciated, my friends. But yes, do get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we discuss. Hey, Neil Duffin, how you doing, you legend? Yes, I just want to kick this off with a little vote. And the vote is, obviously, I've already asked you, who would you want to be United's #1 this season? But I also just want to ask you this, which is what I was just talking about. Who do you think is the most likely to actually leave this summer out of David De Gea and Dean Henderson? Who's actually the most likely to have a full permanent transfer away from the club? Let me know your thoughts and opinions there, my friends. Yes, get in there. I want Heaton, says Callum McFarlane. Well, look, I've got no problem with Tom Heaton as a player, guys. I think he's a good player. He's a decent player as a backup option. Like I said, I mean, he's never going to get in any World 11s. He's not getting in any World 11s whatsoever. But, here's the facts, guys. He spent 8 years as a Manchester United player from 2002 to 2010. He never made a first-team appearance for the club. He spent much of that time out on loan. So if you look at his record, like I've got his wiki up here, and he played for Manchester United from that period, but he's obviously been loaned out to Swindon Town, Royal Antwerp, Cardiff City, Queen's Park Rangers, Rochdale and Wycombe Wanderers during that time. After United, he's played for Cardiff City, Bristol, Burnley and Villa. More recently, where he's played 20 times for Aston Villa in goal since 2019, 20 times. So he's just a backup goalkeeper, my friends, And I haven't even talked about Sergio Romero, because Sergio Romero, in a way, is the ideal backup goalkeeper, isn't he? But we've obviously burned our bridges entirely with Sergio and treated him completely disgustingly, and it's not good. We shouldn't have done that to Sergio Romero, really. What we should have done, in my opinion, based on what's happened this season and based on what we're talking about now, is, and I did talk about this at the start of the season as well, is keeping David De Gea as your number one goalkeeper, loaning out Dean Henderson back to Sheffield United at the start of the season, not now because they're bloody relegated, but, that's what I would have done at the start of the season, or another Premier League team. He's playing, getting that experience and learning. You've still got Sergio Romero there, he's happy to play second fiddle, Sergio Romero. He just wants to play sometimes and reasonably often. He was the Europa League goalkeeper. He's the League Cup goalkeeper, he's happy with that. As long as he gets to play, as long as he gets a chance of winning some trophies, etc., medals, he's happy with all that. But playing third fiddle, that's not his cup of tea, baby. So I feel for Sergio Romero. I believe the United as a club actually treated him really badly for somebody that was a great servant, always did well when called upon. And yeah, we just basically treated him like shite, haven't we? So, but anyway, we already had that backup goalkeeper there. So yeah, it's just like we're getting this backup in there, and I think it maybe is going to be bringing about a bit of change at Manchester United, either David De Gea or Henderson potentially leaving in the summer. I mean, I hope not, but that's just my opinion. I think one of them, they're just both a bit too big for their boots or gloves, so to speak. And who's got the bigger hands? Well, it's Big Dave, because he's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and saved bloody countless efforts on Manchester United's goal over the years. So he deserves respect, man. Whereas Henderson's had a great season on loan at Sheffield United. He's popped in a few times recently and looked good. He's also made a few errors recently. David De Gea has actually put in some really consistent, good, match-winning performances for Manchester United over the last few months, which is good. And certainly this season's a better season for David De Gea than last season. Last season was a write-off for David. That's basically what's undone David De Gea's great reputation at United. You're talking about somebody that was at the club for years, a decade, making all these saves, getting Player of the Year, multiple seasons, in a row, saving us time and time and time again, David De Gea. He's gone from that to everybody saying that he's no good because of one season. Well, yeah, he did have a pretty poor season, but he's got to move on. Hopefully I think this season's proved that actually David De Gea hasn't really put much of a foot wrong all season. He's made a few mistakes, every goalkeeper's going to. But he's not really put much of a foot wrong all season, really. And certainly the last few months, he's put in some banging performances. Hey there, the crazy Irishman. How are you doing as well? Get in there with your trident of penetration. The Red Devil trident there, my son. Come on, United! Smashing up these fools tomorrow night in the Europa League final. I'm fucking buzzing, lads and lads. We're going to do it. By the way, we're coming back later on the channel at 9 p.m. I wanted to just get on here and talk about the latest transfer news. There's a little bit more to get into. We're going to get back on here at 9 p.m. and do a full preview of the game. So if you're around later, guys, we're going to get into it. Get involved. Thank you there, Primot. Appreciate it. Why am I looking so blurry? Everything's so blurry. I have to get closer, then I go non-blurry. Anyway, thank you, Primot. Piggy for Director of Football. I love it. Cy Bays in here says, I think Henderson should be first and let De Gea go when we have a good backup goalkeeper. Well, there is that argument that maybe De Gea's best days are behind him, and then that we're just holding back Henderson's potential and progression as a player by not playing him week in, week out and giving him the experience. And maybe that's why we haven't seen the best of Henderson, because he's not getting a good old run in this side. I mean, he was brilliant last year. The 2 seasons that they both played in the Premier League together, one of them played for Sheffield United, one of them played for United. This was last season. Henderson had the better season out of De Gea and Henderson last season. But I just do think David De Gea is the more experienced, better goalkeeper right now. Not to say, like you say, though, if you did get rid of De Gea, that would allow Henderson the opportunity to get that experience and maybe improve and turn into one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's just not going to get those opportunities there fighting out with De Gea. They have to play second fiddle to each other. Dr. Stealth Hudson, how are you tonight? Great to see you. Guys, thanks for joining us. Do us a massive favour. Help us out and smash the thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this stream, and also tell your granny about it. Aaron Bainbridge says, hopefully Maguire is fit. Well, we're going to get into that in the preview, yeah, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Janice Faraklas, how you doing, mate? He says, Pig, in my opinion, we shouldn't get rid of Rojo. In the last few years, I think Rojo and Bailly were the best centre-back duo. What, Janice? Oh, I mean... Okay. I mean, he's all right. I like Rojo. He's more committed than some. I certainly prefer him to Phil No Bones Jones, but I've seen enough of Rojo to know that. Nah. I prefer him as a left back, actually. At left back, he's all right, mate. At left back, he's okay. Is that how we treat legends, says Yayo for Nasal? What, getting rid of David De Gea this season, you mean? Is that what you're referencing? Or are you talking about the piss poor treatment of Sergio Romero? I guess he's not a legend, but yeah, David De Gea needs to be, if he is going to go this summer, he needs to go as a bloody hero, hopefully winning that Europa League trophy, and of course, Manchester United's goalkeeper #1 for the game, blatantly got to be David De Gea. So if he does go a hero, you know, that'll be one thing. He needs the respect that he deserves, because he has been a tremendous player over the decade for United. VK Dean, and this is a great point you just brought up, my friend, and this is a major factor that we have to talk about right now as well, which is another reason why I think David De Gea probably is the more likely out of the two to leave in this summer transfer window. And you've just said it yourself. I mean, you said 375k a week of a wage is no joke. Right, so 375k, I mean, I think what De Gea's on 300k a week. And then there's also add-ons and bonuses and crap like that, probably. So, yeah, you might be right. So, David De Gea, you're talking about an insane amount. Or he's definitely on 300 anyway. He's definitely on an insane amount of money, yeah? That is money that could maybe be spent elsewhere in the side on wages for, you know, to improve other positions in the side. And this is the Glazers' ownership we're talking about here. This isn't Roman Abramovich or Sheikh Mansour or these guys that wouldn't really be concerned about this at all. No, these are money-grabbing bastards at the end of the day. So, so the problem that I have with the David De Gea's wages is it's a huge amount of money. Dean Henderson's on like less than half. What's Dean Henderson on? I think isn't Dean Henderson on 120k a week or 140k a week? I mean, that's a lot less money. That is a lot, maybe even less than that, actually. Is it 80k a week? I've forgotten now. It's somewhere between 80 and 140. I can't remember exactly. But basically, David De Gea, he is on a huge amount of money, and that is, for somebody who's getting older and, you know, has not maybe had his best 18 months that he's had throughout his career for you, that is a lot of money to be paying for a player as well. But then he isn't exactly old when it comes to being a goalkeeper. I mean, look at Gianluigi Buffon, making saves in big games and winning games at 43 years of age for Juventus. So I don't see why the same couldn't be said for, you know, for De Gea at 32. The guy's 32, for Pete's sake. I mean, this is the best years of his career. He should be coming into his own now and being the most experienced player that he is. Hey there, Roshmano. How you doing, you absolute Don? Great to see you, mate. How are you today? Thank you, Vincent Bullock. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's a legend. He may win us the cup. Respect to you, Mr. Vincent Bullock. Kayam, what's going on, you legend, as well? AR Dan comments, CR7 is set to leave Juventus. Rumours are that he's between going back to Sporting or us. Well, it'll be Sporting then. No, seriously, I don't have any faith in our board or owners whatsoever to spunk the money that's needed to get Ronaldo back to the club right now. You might not be talking about a huge amount of money in terms of upfront. He is old, but then commercially he's such a massive asset to whoever owns him or owns him at his contract that that he does command quite a big price tag even now. But also, it's not really about that. It's about the wages that this guy is on. In my opinion, if I'm United, if I'm the Glazers, if I'm Woodward, I look at it and I go, it's worth it because he brings such a massive amount of eyes to the club. Everybody who's a fan of Ronaldo, and remember, he's the most followed person on Instagram or social media in general. He's the most followed person in the world. So that tells you sort of the story. You're buying the most followed person in the world. Well, that's going to have a knock-on effect of people being more interested in your product because you've got the most followed person in the world as your player. Of course it is. And people are going to be just so interested to see how he would do back in the Premier League at his age. It would be amazing commercially for Manchester United. They'd be able to sell so many shirts. They'd be able to make so much money, whoring us out, putting Ronaldo's face on billboards and buses and everything about any bloody product, noodles and this and that. So they would love it for that. But I just don't think that they are going to spend the money right now in this hostile environment of the pandemic and also the fan backlash. I don't see them dipping in to buy a player like Ronaldo. They're spending the money it would take week in, week out to pay his wages is a huge amount of money. I would do it, but they're not me. They're not fans of the club. They don't want a fairy tale story. They don't want an absolute legend who's been a legend in this football club coming back and maybe adding to that legend. And I think he still would add to that legend, to be perfectly fair, guys, because Ronaldo, in my opinion, is still a quality player, man. Still, I mean, he's obviously older. He's obviously just a little bit off the pace compared to what he was 10 years ago. That's, of course, natural. the fact that he's at the level that he's at now is just a credit to how he is as a specimen and how professional he is, how he takes care of himself, etc. I certainly would. It's not like you're getting somebody who, oh, is he gonna take it seriously? Is he just coming for the money? No. If you signed Ronaldo is getting up at 6 a.m. He's getting there early. He's taking care of himself like a bloody Rolls Royce, and he's going out there and he's leading. And he's fighting for you to try and win every single game. That's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what I see with my eyes. So to me, it's the perfect signing for United. Just for a season or two, get him back, fairy tale story. But it's not going to happen, is it, guys, with the amount of money that's involved? Okay, let's just have a talk about that one. Let's have a vote on that one. Do you think it's possible that Ronaldo comes back to Manchester United this summer? Yes or no? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I am streaming FIFA tonight. Nigel Hartley, absolutely, my friend. We're also doing a match preview for the game. Tomorrow, of course, it's the Europa League final tomorrow, lads and lasses. So in 2 hours' time at 9 p.m. UK time, we're going to be back on here talking about the game and previewing it. So make sure you come back in a little bit as well. We've got a bit more transfer news to get into for now, but definitely make sure you stick around for the preview starting at 9 p.m. tonight. We're going to get into the nitty gritty of the game and preview it. Come on, my son. Right, okay, yes, it's possible. I mean, it's possible, isn't it? You know, it's possible that I literally turn into an actual pig right now, spout wings, fly out of the window, pick up David Moyes, bring him back here and do a podcast with him. You know, that's also possible, but it's quite unlikely. Anyway, no, says the Futinator. Gary Finnegan says no. Eldon Mike says no, never. Hey, Haroli, how are you, sir? He says no. Yeah, it's not going to quite happen, is it, my friends? I mean, it's more likely we sign Harry Kane than Cristiano Ronaldo for one big reason. The money in terms of wages. Yes, okay, actually, maybe. You're going to have to spend a huge amount on Harry Kane. Maybe 120 million, maybe 150 million, who knows? But he's not going to command the same sort of wages. Ronaldo's on like 700k a week, isn't he? Harry Kane's on about £2.50 and a packet of pork scratchings from Spurs at the moment. He'll be happy with 190k. Obviously, that's not true. There's going to be a major bidding war over Harry Kane if that is the case. And he's obviously, look, in this market with the amount of goals and assists that he brings to the table, he's a 400k a week player, in my opinion. When you look at players, what they're on, Pogba 300k a week, De Gea 300. These guys, of course, Harry Kane deserves to be on 400 grand a week. If you ask me, you might think, that's ridiculous and balk at that, but. Actually, just look at the stats, look at the assists, look at where he is in his career, 27, 28. Who's he going to join? It's only the top clubs in Europe that would be interested in. The Barças, the Reals, the Bayerns, the PSGs, the Uniteds, the Cities, the Chelseas, all these ones. All these money-bagged clubs. He's going to be wanting at least 300 grand a week. So, yeah, and even he's more likely than Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion. And Harry Kane is not likely to join Manchester United, just so you know. I mean, I would like it to happen, but he's blatantly going to go to... Well, I would guess City, because City have the money, they've got the winning reputation and record over the last few years as well. They got Pep, the style of football, the fact Aguero's leaving, they've only got Gabriel Jesus up there. It's the perfect storm. That's where he's probably most likely to go. But you never know, Chelsea or PSG or somebody else could maybe be the final destination for Harry Kane. But yeah, it's just not going to happen, is it? We're signing bloody Tom Heaton this summer, guys, and that's it. Okay? And if that was the case, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because hopefully the Glazers will get the hell out. Anyway, Neil Duffin comments, we're signing the Arsenal keeper called Not Even in the Europa Confetti Pub League. Neil Duffin, mate, you love it, don't you? Love to have a dig at Arsenal in their pub league. They're not even, yeah, exactly, they need to bring up, like how we've got the Conference League for special Spurs. Well, they need to bring up an 8th place pub league for Arsenal to get into so they can go up against FC Midtjylland, etc. I agree. Anyway, guys, yes, so Rush Mano, just to confirm, yes, Romero, Grant and Joel Pereira will leave this summer, absolutely. So we mentioned obviously Grant and Joel Pereira, and also what about And like we've talked about, Sergio Romero will be leaving. So in terms of the goalkeeper, what's the word? The goalkeeping personnel at the club, there is going to be some change this summer. Tom Heaton looks to be coming in as a backup. Romero's obviously leaving. What about De Gea or Henderson? One of those might leave as well. So it is quite. Well, who knows? Who knows what's going to be predicted? Why do you think no Harry Kane, says TK? Why do I don't think... Right, okay, well, the only reason is really... is that we have a bunch of shite owners. That's the biggest reason, really. We won't spend the money up front probably required to bring him in my opinion. We didn't do it last season for Sancho, and we probably won't do it again this season for Kane, whereas there's a couple of other candidates out there in this league as well as other leagues that would spend the money on Harry Kane, in my opinion. You know, Sheikh Mansour and City, they're not short of a few bob. If the opportunity popped up, they just put another cheeky little sponsorship deal from Etihad Airways through the books, and they would get the job done, wouldn't they? So yeah, and Chelsea, well, you know, crikey, cheeky little backhander from oh no, but cheeky little backhander from Putin, and everything's all good, you know. So yeah, I just don't think our owners are going to invest in a player like Harry Kane this summer. We might sign some other players in different areas, and that'll be absolutely fine. But I just don't see us going to spend that big marquee amount of money that we used to do. You know, back in the Fergie days, we were often going out there, dipping in the window and setting some big old records and signing some big old players, you know, Rio Ferdinands and Berbatov and these guys, 30-odd million. You know, at the time, that's like 60, you know, that's like 60 million now, or 70 million or 80 million now, realistically, probably more. You know, so yeah. Rushmano with a super chat. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, Rushmano. Get in there. Thank you very much for the £5 super chat. He says, Heaton can't officially sign it until the 1st of July, but United might want to announce it sooner. Thank you for the informazione there, Rushmano. Absolutely, yes. So he will be joining on the on a free transfer. If that's the case, yes, on the 1st of July. I don't know if United will announce it. Maybe we will. I mean, it's already pretty much out there, you know, that he's set to sign, so I don't see why they wouldn't. They probably will announce it when it's all official, which probably be any moment now. Safwan M, how are you doing today? Get in there. Samuel Ingram says Scott McTominay would suit teams like Everton, Motherwell, Newcastle United, Glasgow Rangers, and Southampton. Okay, you're not a big fan of Scott McTominay. You reckon he's pretty mid-table fodder? Fair enough. I think he's a decent squad player, but that's another problem area of the team we need to address. Fred and McTominay, McFred, it ain't good enough, man. It's good enough for maybe playing against some of those teams like you've mentioned there, but it's not good enough against the top teams in the top leagues or the top competitions, no way. Oh, Oscar Milinkovic, oh, I hear you were back tonight, though. In fact, we've got 3 streams tonight coming up, so you'll be happy tonight, dude. This stream, a preview for the Man United Villarreal game at 9 p.m, and also the FIFA stream at about 11:30 p.m. tonight, my friend. So you'll be loving it then. We've got to have a day off, a night off sometimes, my friends. You know, I mean, have a little bit of a recharge. Anyway. Bob says, pretty sure Depay preferred destination is Barca. Yeah, I'm not bothered about Depay, to be fair. I don't even want us to sign Memphis Depay. There's so many other good candidates that United should sign in those attacking areas, and we've already got good players in those attacking areas. That I'm not really interested in Depay. I'm interested in pies, but not Memphis Depay. You know, Memphis Depay is a decent. He's a good player. He didn't really work out United the first time. I think he's gone away in the French league and he's improved and he's got better. But ultimately, yeah, he doesn't. It's not. I wouldn't be convinced about us going back there to sign Memphis Depay as our only forward signing this summer or something like that. No, Rashford's already pretty mint. Greenwood's pretty mint. Cavani's mint. Bruno's mint. We just need somebody else as well there to obviously take over from Cavani long term. Martial probably not up to the standard for being a 20+ goal a season goal scorer in the league. So we need to sign somebody in this striking position that is. And who would that be, my friends? Probably not Memphis Depay. Probably not Memphis. Probably Haaland. Probably Kane. Robert Lewandowski. These type of guys. But not going to happen. Any of them. Lamonche says we need Haaland. Yes. You see, this is what I would like to see. We've got that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer connection. We've got that Norwegian connection there. The Mouldy connection. Unfortunately, we've also got the Roy Keane snapping his dad in half connection as well. So, and in fact, his dad used to play for City. So, you know, these things do mean something. Now, I don't know if that's going to put them off. The problem is Manchester United are maybe arguably not like the #1 team in England right now. Of course, we're not. There's no arguably about it. We're not. Last 4 years, you know, City have won it 3 out of the 4 times. So, again, it's like we have to wait and see what other clubs want to do. Because as much as I like to say, and we are the biggest club in the country in terms of history, but we don't have the spending power as City or Chelsea do right now, which is unfortunate. We just don't. So, and also in terms of even just the ability to win things, like, you know, City are the proven winners over the short, in contemporary terms. So it depends who they want, really. Like, they've got the money to spend. They will spend. Aguero's gone. Who are they going to sign? Are they going to sign Kane? Are they going to sign Haaland? It depends. I mean, either one of them is going to sort them right out, and they probably will get one of them this summer, in my opinion. So it depends who. If Kane goes to City, then I could see Manchester United end up with Haaland. But then there's going to be a host of other clubs around Europe that are interested in signing him as well. And does Haaland want to come to United at this moment in time? We're not. The problem with United is, even though we finished second, even though we have progressed this season, and Solskjaer's done a great job, and I do think he could get us competitive and challenging for the title next year if he's allowed to sign the right players. Even though that's all true, it's like Solskjaer doesn't have this great proven track record like a Pep Guardiola does. You know, and we haven't won anything in terms of the league since 2013. So it's not like these players are guaranteed trophies or guaranteed to be up there competitive if they did join for us. So that's the only problem right now. If you're one of these top players like a Haaland or a Kane, I don't know if United's your choice destination right now. You know, I'm just looking at it realistically. Obviously, you know, if it was me, I'd sign for United, but these guys, they're not United fans. So I don't think they would. Why is that timer up in the top right-hand corner? That's bullshit, isn't it? That shouldn't be there. Anyway. Say no to Haaland, says G Wolf United. Absolutely. How many of you legends have we got in here right now? I don't even know. Let me go over to this live stream thing here. Oh, nice. We've got 95 of you legends in here, guys. Thanks for joining us for the news update. We're going to get into a whole bunch more right now. Do us a big favor, though, and smash that thumbs up on the video. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the stream as well. And also, if it's your first time here on the stream, guys, we'll be giving you all the latest United news throughout the transfer window. Get your thoughts and opinions in, and always during the streams, after the streams, come back and comment. But also, oh, hang on a sec. Something's shattered the bed here, hasn't it? Why's my stream shattered? I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah. I think we're okay. Anyway. Rushmano. Sorry, I thought my stream just ended. I think we're okay. Rushmano, what the hell with a £30 super chat, mate? Rushmano, dude. Rushy. Come on, my son, get in there. Oh, shit. No, I just dropped my phone there. Rushmano, thank you so much for the super chat there, dude. And hey, G-Wolf, how you doing? Hey, Rushmano says, follow Pig for the up-and-coming transfer window. Accurate and non-clickbait like other channels. Fasten your seatbelts, baby. This one's going to be a screamer. Rushmano, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much, dude. He's just sent a cold, hard 30 bones over there. Wow. Rushy, thank you very much. And you're right about that, my friends. No clickbait guff on this channel. We're just going to talk about the facts when they happen. There's some channels out there that have literally been spamming loads of transfer dealing, speculation stuff since the previous transfer window finished, which is just absurd. We're going to start getting into it now as the transfer window's actually approaching, and as there is actually, you know, some movements, and we're going to cover all the latest stuff, give you the up and coming news. So do get involved with the channel, my friends, if it's your first time here. Rushy, thank you so much for that. Let's get some love hearts in the live chat for Rushmano there. Pau Torres doesn't want to leave Eldon, Mike. Yeah, well, in terms of the centre-back position, there's a couple of really good people that I would like to see us sign. You know, Rafael Varane, there's Jules Koundé. Pau Torres is another player that's linked with us. I'd probably rather the two former people we just talked about there. But yeah, I mean, these guys are these guys are obviously great centre-back options that we need to be looking at this window. Will our shit board go out there and do any business whatsoever? Or will they just sit on their fucking thumb all summer long? Yet again, Ed Woodward and Matty Judge tugging each other off, probably. Bloody hell. Seem to do nothing, these guys. Anyway, Woodward's leaving, so, you know, happy days. But yeah, you know, come on, let's get some good business done first. Good question, Bob. So, yes, I'm going to pose that question to the live chat here, Bob. So, who is your preferred centre-back this summer, guys? We're talking about who could United sign. There's a few there I've mentioned. There's obviously some other people, you know, Ramos or, you know, most of the other big names like Alaba, Upamecano, they're obviously going elsewhere. So, but who would be your number one choice this summer to sign for Manchester United at centre-back? Get it in the live chat, my friends. Let us know. Oh, thank you very much, Rushmani. You absolute don. I'll check that out in a moment. Thank you very much, Lamont J. I appreciate that. Says, this channel deserves 1 million subscribers. No joke, you're underrated, Piggy. Thank you very much, dude. I'm happy with the amount of subscribers we got here with all you bloody legends here. What a community. If we had 1 million subscribers, it would be a faceless, gash, Well, it probably wouldn't be Gash. It would be awesome, to be fair. Let's be real. For me. But for you guys, like I've said this before, for you guys, it'd probably be not as interactive, would it? It just wouldn't. Of course, you couldn't if there was a bajillion people talking to the live chat. It's hard to keep on top of. Okay, so Koundé's your choice. Is it huge try hard? Varane says Elder Mike. Varane says Lamondre. Varane says Ian Dawn. Lamondre, yeah. AR Dan. I think that is the general consensus. Rafael Varane, he's got the experience. He's 28 years of age. He's a proven winner, having been at Real Madrid and won pretty much everything there is over the last how many years. Yes, he's a great option, isn't he? Yeah, France international. Of course, it makes a lot of sense. Of course, it makes a lot of sense, dude. So that's the one. Will it happen? I don't know. Do United's board and owners have the bottle to pull this one off? I very much doubt it. Jules Koundé says Dazzling Dan. G Wolf United says Varane or Pau Torres. Neil Duffin says Phil Jones or any one of the Arsenal back 10. Oh, let's get David Luiz just for fun. Hey there, Eddie O2. How you doing? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. How you doing today, mate? Yeah, guys, get your thoughts in about the what we're talking about here. So, anyway, in regards to the centre-back position, we'll cover all that. I'm sure Manchester United are going to be signing a new centre-back this summer transfer window. If we don't, then I don't really know who's in charge of our recruitment. It must be literally a human potato. Oh, no, hang on a sec. So, yeah, but we must sign a centre-back this summer. Absolute must sign a centre-back this summer. That's just blatant. Upper went to Bayern, says Elder Mike. Absolutely, Alaba's going to Spain. So, you know, there's a couple of big players we could have missed out on there. Varane's probably the biggest name, biggest reputation, probably the best and most experienced player that we could realistically get. It's not that realistic, but it's semi-realistic that we could get him if we're prepared to do it. And obviously, he wants to leave. So, yeah. I like the look of it. Jules Koundé is obviously another realistic one as well. You know, he's a younger player, 22 years of age. He's great on the ball. He's actually good going forward. He's got skills. He's quick. Maybe he's not as tall or physical or, you know, as conventional as someone like a Premier League centre-back. But, hey, man, that's a good option as well. But United definitely need to sign somebody in that area this summer transfer window, don't we? Tucker says Varane. Sell Rashford for Kane, says Mr. JG84. You can't sell Rashford. Rashford's United till I die, mate, honestly. He's going to be here till he dies. Mate, what are you talking about? Rashford, sell Rashford. No way. Rashford is... We have to keep this identity at Manchester United. Rashford is a huge part of the identity. He's fucking mankboard and bread. We have to keep that mentality of bringing through youngsters and, you know, and he is going to be a top player. Rashford gets a lot of stick. And, okay... He does go missing in some games, and he's not the most consistent even throughout one individual game. But he still pops up with great moments, and he's still, you know, influenced the team well this season. You know, we've got 3 players who scored 10+ goals in the league this season: Cavani, of course, Rashford, and of course Bruno. So yeah, and Rashford's contributed quite well this season. So people slag him, but I think that we should do all we can to keep hold of Rashford. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. And I don't think Solskjaer or anybody's going to get rid of Rashford anyway. Okay, Mr. JG says he's no Rooney. Well, that's a fair comment. I mean, Rooney, he's absolutely no Rooney. No. I mean, if you're talking about that level of player, you're talking about one of the greats of his generation. Can Rashford be that? I mean, maybe he's a slightly later developer. You would think if he was going to be that level, like a Ronaldo or a Rooney, he would have probably done a little bit more just the last couple of seasons. But that's not to say that he still can't go on and do that, because people mature at different ages and all that sort of stuff. He's built like a brick shithouse these days. That's what I know. He's improving physically. So, yeah. G-Wall says, actually, I have to admit, Pig, I would get rid of Rashford. Wow. So, but out of the two, though, I mean, you've got to keep Rashford, because out of the two, Martial and Rashford, kind of similar players in the sense that they're both going to be played in that wide left position ideally, or as a striker, as a backup option. Now, quite similar. Now, in my opinion, Rashford's better and younger than Martial. And it's not that Martial doesn't have the abilities, doesn't have every trick in the book. It's just the fact that he doesn't perform that consistently. And I just prefer Rashford because I think he's got more potential as he's a bit younger. So if I was going to get rid of any one of those guys, it certainly wouldn't be Rashford. It would be Martial. No disrespect. Maybe you could use him in a make-weight for a deal with Dortmund for Haaland or Sancho. Right, let's get onto this then, my friends. This is just something I want to get onto very, very quickly. Then we're going to get into the Maguire news as well. Actually, I'll save the Maguire stuff for the preview, guys. We're going to get into all the latest preview stuff for the 9 p.m. show. So come back at 9 o'clock. Yep, FIFA tonight about 11:30 in Dawn. Absolutely, my good sir. Shazad Ahmed says, I sell Martial next season, give him one more season. Fair play. It's up to him. If he's happy playing a squad role, because he's not going to get in ahead of Cavani for me, United should still look to sign a striking option, or certainly a forward player, Sancho, Haaland, one of those guys, which means that Martial's chances in the side are going to be even more limited. Greenwood's the man for now and the future. Diallo's one for the future. Rashford over on that side. Dan James still there to deputise and be a backup squad melt. What's there to do for Martial? I think it might be the end for Tony Martial this summer. I'm going to be honest now, because United need to sign. We need to get rid of a couple of players. We need to improve. And he's kind of expendable in a way. He's kind of like the French Danny Welbeck, for us at this stage. He's kind of expendable. He's not done all that much. You know what I mean? Neil Duffin, a young defender, Nuno Mendes, definitely a future talent. I'd sign him. Great shout, Neil Duffin. Great shout, my friend. Nick Achilles, hello, says, hello, Big. Sorry, not been on lately, as I have gone back to work at the airport and I work night shifts, mate. Oh, no worries, Nick Achilles. Well, Cali Spera or Cali Nicta to you then, my friend, but good to see you, dude. Martial's going to France, do you think, Eldon Mike? Could be PSG or something like that, yeah. Martial will be sold if a suitable offer is made, says Rushmano. Yeah, I would imagine so. Somebody pops in with a 50 or 60 million pound bid, they'll probably snap your arm off. I'd imagine personally that it wouldn't be in the Prem. I'm pretty sure it would be, France would be a good option. Yeah, maybe PSG, maybe Monaco, maybe who knows, maybe Spain. Yeah, it does make sense. Does make sense. Best transfer winners for us. Well, this is the thing, guys. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you do click that bell icon on this channel, because we're going to give you all the latest news about the transfer window. And I do think it's going to be a busy window this summer. United have to get rid of a few players. We've also got to get a few players in. We've got centre-back problems. We've got midfield area problems. We've got future in doubt. The future's in doubt of many players at the club right now. Rojo and Jones and Sergio Romero and all these melts, but also actual big time players at the club. De Gea, we're talking about. We don't know what's going on this summer. Is this future? Will he be going? Tom Heaton's just signing for Manchester United. We got Henderson, we got Romero, we've got all these goalkeepers here. Will De Gea be going? That's a big plus point, talking point, I should say. Pogba. What's going on with Pogba? Last we heard from his agent, he wants out. Since then, he's played really well. Is this to get a new contract? Are we going to be seeing a new contract offer to Paul Pogba this summer? Or will it be the start of him leaving Manchester United? That's a big question as well. So there is going to be some movement and some big stories this summer, I think. Yeah, Billy Sheeran says, Mata, Matic, Martial, James, Williams out. Yeah, well, I can't really deny. I do think Mata's going, Matic is going, I'd imagine, but you never know. Martial, if we can go and get somebody better like Haaland or Sancho, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing Martial go. I like Martial, but he's not consistent enough for me, and he lets his head go sometimes in games, and yeah, he's not as good as Haaland or Sancho, and they're younger. So if you could get somebody like that, and then maybe he's going in the opposite direction, or you're selling him in order to finance that deal, then it just makes sense. So yeah, to me, he's expendable. KNG Mitchell comments, if we sign Varane, Sancho, and a player like Bissouma, we have a promising future, but I can see a signing like Kane coming in just to get their shirt sales back up. Yeah, just get a big name in, Ronaldo or Kane, just to appease the fan base. Oh yeah, we are trying. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I agree with you. We need to sign those players. Bissouma is actually a really good shout for a midfielder as well. That's what we need. A good athletic defensive midfielder who's young, who's getting better, who's not going to break the bank, who is easily attainable. And it is easy. When I say easily obtainable, I mean, if you want to go and get Wilfred and Ndidi from Leicester City right now, they're trying to do things at Leicester. They've got money. I mean, all Premier League clubs have money, but they've got money. They don't need to sell anybody. That's why they sold us Sabbington for £80 million. Because they held out for their price, and once that price was met, which to be fair, they robbed us blind, but once that price was met, they were happy and they sold him, but they don't have to sell anybody. So the same thing would apply to Wilfred and Ndidi or Tielemans and these types of guys. So it's just not realistic. Whereas Bissouma, I mean, what is he? 30 million pound player, maybe a bit more. Maybe you could see somebody going in the opposite direction as well. One of our youngsters or something that's maybe not going to quite break into the team. I don't know. There's options there. That's what I'm saying. That is an easily obtainable player. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. Problem is, there's other teams that are interested in signing Bissouma as well. But yeah, that's a great option. That's it. There's no excuse not to end up with somebody like that this window. Okay, you might not be able to go out there and sign your Ndidi or your Kante or that sort of player, but certainly we can do some business for a Basuma here. It would be ridiculous not to. Rupert Meadows says, Pig, why do you think we begged Cavani to stay? We are not getting Kane. I don't think we're getting Kane either, though. I really don't. Cavani, though, is only a short-term option, remember. We do have to look at the striking options. Maybe you'll see Greenwood given that mantle and deputising for Cavani over the next couple of seasons. But Cavani here is, what's he here for? Maximum 2 more seasons? Probably just 1, but maximum 2 more seasons. We're sorted in that area in the short term, but it's definitely a problem area for us. Like, if Haaland was available, that's the thing. If these players are going to move this summer, if Haaland's going to move this summer, if Mbappe's going to move this summer, if Kane's going to move this summer, you don't want to miss out. You shouldn't miss out, because you're talking about allowing the opposition, your rivals, to sign a player like Haaland who could score them 25, 30 goals a season in the league for 10 years, and you're just going to let them have it, are you? So, look, stranger things have happened than United signing a big player like that. I just don't think it's going to happen. Rashi says a new CDM is only an option if players leave like Pogba or Donny van de Beek. I do think we'll see some players leaving this summer in the midfield positions. I mean, I think Matic is probably on his way out. He's older, probably going to end up with Jose Mourinho at Roma. You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we'll see Mata and Matic sign new contracts in a couple of days. Who knows? But I've just got a feeling Matic will be joining back up with Jose, yeah. That's what I think. But anyway, I do think Matic probably going this summer. Then we'll have Fred. We have Fred, McTominay, Pogba, of course. Depends on the future of him. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that, because I'm not so sure. I think Fred and McTominay are squad players, right? So that would basically suggest that if you were going to play a 4-2-3-1, your midfield would have to consist of Pogba and, you know, somebody else. Basically, Pogba, Fred and McTominay, you know, in my opinion, we should be still looking at signing a centre defensive minute, even if Pogba stays. But I don't know. Maybe it will be a bit crowded. I don't know. Maybe it will be a bit crowded. You see Donny van de Beek, he's going to need some opportunities next season to see what he can do, and hopefully he can actually have a really good progression next season, because we haven't seen anything from Donny this year. We bought him and he's barely been played. It's not really his fault. In fact, in the last game, he looked really good, actually, and played very well. So that was a good, promising game for him, but we haven't seen anything from him. If Pogba goes, if Matic goes, he's going to get some more opportunities. So maybe he's the answer, and we've just got him sat there waiting there already, and we don't even know. So it's a good point. 95 likes, says Rushmano. Nice one. We nearly did it, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. What's going on with the hair, guys? Nightmare. Anyway. Right, okay, so get your thoughts and opinions in, guys. Oh, yes, what I wanted to talk about, Jadon Sancho, very quickly. That was it, sorry. Jadon Sancho, so it's just really, there's an update on Jadon Sancho. So, Bild over in Germany are reporting that Dortmund have pretty much told the player that he's free to leave for the right price. Dortmund still looking for in excess of 100 million or somewhere around there. But they've lowered, they're understood to have now lowered the asking price to somewhere around about 80 million. This is what is being reported anyway. I'll get off. This is what's been reported anyway. He's got 16 goals and 21 assists this season. You know, look at his stats last season, look at his stats the season before. It's funny because he actually had a really quite a sloppy start to the season, and to end up with 16 and 21 is still pretty damn good, isn't it? So yeah, pretty interesting. So Jadon Sancho could quite possibly be leaving Dortmund this summer as long as their asking price is met. That was also the same last season, but nobody met the asking price, which was a lot higher last season. His contract's going down. There's a pandemic. They need the cash, so their asking price is a bit less now. Hey, you never know. In my opinion, it's still 50-50, guys. In your opinion, guys, do you think Jadon Sancho's going to sign for Manchester United this summer? Sancho in or Sancho out? What do you think is going to happen? I thought maybe 50-50 last year. Obviously, it ended up that we just bottled it and got Cavani last day instead and saved 100 mil. What's going to happen this season? Are we going to buy Sancho? Or are we going to sign somebody else? Sancho in or Sancho out? What do you think? And I'm not actually asking you, do you think, is he good enough? Can we get him? I'm actually asking you, do you think we're going to sign him? Everyone's saying Sancho in. Okay, so you think Man United are signing him this summer? That's good stuff then, lads and lasses. I like that. This is the problem, Rupert Meadow. Chelsea have huge interest in Sancho. This is it. Other teams are going to be sniffing around him, that's for sure. ADV says Donny for CDM and Sancho for the wing play like Rashford. Sancho in. Yeah, oh, definitely. I definitely want him in. I'm 50-50 on it right now. Reese says Sancho will sign for us 77 million, I reckon. Yep. Sancho incoming, he has agreed personal terms. Just price is the problem. Wait for here we go. Okay then, G-Wolf. Well, just so you know, that was true last summer, G-Wolf. You know what I mean? He agreed personal terms last summer. That's what was reported. So, you know, price is the problem. Yes, G-Wolf. That is the problem, G-Wolf. Of course. And that is what is going to be the stumbling block, whether United are up for paying that money or not, and whether Dortmund are up for accepting it. We shall see. Hopefully they can meet somewhere and agree. Because we all want him. The guy's 20, 21. He's going to be an England international and just a great world player for the next decade. Mark Grundy says, we was it until Chelsea qualified. Bastards. Yeah, exactly. If Sancho hadn't signed for them. Hey, we got 3 likes into 100 likes, 114 of you legends in here. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, guys. Get your thoughts, and I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes. I will be back. I've just realised the time, actually. I will be back at 9 p.m. to do a full preview of the game tomorrow. So it's not like you've got that long to wait until you see this beautiful face again. But I'll stick on it just for 5 more minutes, go for a bunch more of your comments. But I just realised I've got to get some grub down me. But I will be back on here at 9 o'clock. So make sure you come back. I've already set the video up, actually. In fact, where's my video link? Let me put that in the live chat for you guys so you could do us a big favor and go over there and smash a like on that video before it starts. Also, we're doing a preview for the game at 9. But okay, I'm just going to break it down for you guys real quick. This is my personal list that I think United players that Manchester United will sign this summer. Okay, this is my list. 3 players that we will sign this summer. Okay, this is just basing it on hunch. This is just a hunch. Okay, Yves Bissouma. I think we will probably sign him. I think we're also going to sign a right back. I think we might sign Max Aarons. Okay. Now I also think we're going to sign a centre back, and that centre back will be Jules Koundé. And then I don't think we're going to sign anybody else. Those are the problem areas anyway. And if we did that, we'd probably be a much better team than we are now. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I was trying to find the link to this video, but I don't think I can. But is this it? Oh, okay. This might be it. All right, guys. So, yeah, I've just pinned it to the top of the live chat. When this finishes in a few minutes' time, go over there, smash a like, and that'll be starting at 9 o'clock. So set a reminder on it and come and join us later on. But, yeah, Trippier right back's another good one that could be possible. Viking Red, Bell 691 says, clip this. I know, yeah. Pau Torres says, Primot, fingers crossed, could happen. Declan Rice says, Viking Red. Declan Rice is a really good shout, Viking Red, because he's homegrown. He's a player that's linked to United. Solskjaer's understood to be keen on him. And also, we are in the situation where we've got a player that we could use to go in the opposite direction as a make weight. Jesse Lingard's been brilliant for them. I'm sure they want him, and we don't want him. So actually, Declan Rice is a pretty good shout. Grealish would be great as well, yeah. Grealish would be boss. I want Grealish. Don't think we're going to spend the money for him though. Mark, it's so strange, isn't it? Because there's only about what's our transfer budget this year? 150 million most. And that's if the Glazers sell that. Very much doubt it. And we've got to strengthen about 3 or 4 different positions for that money. So in a way, some of these budget options that I'm talking about, players like Koundé or Max Aarons, Bissouma, some of these are a lot more realistic than, because we can't expect to go out there and sign Haaland, Sancho, Declan Rice and Varane and all these. It's just not going to happen, guys. So I do think some of us, so there's going to be some budget options there, definitely. I want a damn centre-back, says Jonathan Gallagher. Oh, hell yeah. Mark Grundy. Hello there, Mark Grundy. Thank you for the £5 super chat, sir. He says, sorry, pal. I think was fave for Sancho, but the fact Chelsea got Champions League, I'm not as confident. Oh, they're definitely not shy of spending the money. That's the problem, whereas we know our owners are. That's my only biggest concern about it. We like a budget signing at the moment. Look what we did last window. Got nobody in January, the summer window before. Donny, 24 million, bargain for what it is. Cavani on a free transfer, absolute bargain. And Tellez was bargain worthy as well, literally haggling over right at the end of the window just for an extra couple of coins off. So we know how our board works. Whereas Chelsea, we know they could just swoop in with a 100 million offer and just get their man. That happens. It happened last season early with Ziyech and Havertz and Werner and all these guys. So who's to say it can happen again? It's a very good point you make, Mark Grundy. It depends, doesn't it, what Sancho wants to do. The one thing I do like about Sancho at United, I think something that he knows, is that he's going to get opportunities and plenty of game time at United. You know, he's going to be the main guy, I think. 100 max, says Bo691. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pay any more than 80 million for the guy, but he's definitely worth 80 million. And that's only really because of the climate. Maybe he would be worth 100, you know, a couple of seasons ago. But right now, everything is just less money. Thank you, Viking Red. Thank you so much. You want Buendia. He's awesome. Pick 10 times better than Greenwood. No disrespect. Well, I don't know about that one, Yanis Varakis, but definitely a good player who could be a good option as well. Thank you, ADV says, push the like button. I appreciate that. Chavsky, Sancho wants United, says G-Wolf. Good shout. Donny van der Bench, says Andrew Cos. Not next season, hopefully. Hey, see you tomorrow, Neil Doffin. That's the end of this stream anyway, guys. We're basically going to wrap this up. If you want to continue this debate, come back once this is finished in a minute and get involved in the not live comment section afterwards and let me know about any of the guys that you want to see come into the club, any of the signings and transfer news that we talked about. Get your thoughts and opinions in. We'll be bringing you all the latest daily news for United now. Smack bang into the transfer window, bringing it thick and fast. This is a random time we're doing this one, but most of the time it's going to be 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon to cover all the day's news, and about 9 or 10 p.m. in the evening to cover all the evening's news. And then we're doing the FIFAs as well. So we're going to get back into that routine for the summer, and then also the Euros are coming on the channel too. But yeah, we'll leave it there then, guys. But do us a massive favor, hit the like, subscribe if it's your first time. Back at 9 p.m, remember, so go over, click that link in the top of the live chat, smash a pre-game like on that one, that will really help us out. And also, set a reminder and come back here at 9 p.m, which is just under an hour and a half, for a preview of the Manchester United Villarreal Europa League final. Let's be having you! I was about to, like, expel words out of my mouth, and I always got too carried away. It's like I had to go, I just choked on my words then. Let's be having you! Where are you? We're going to smash them up anyway, peeps. Legends, thank you so much for getting in here. I hope so. Problematic Varanta United. I hope so. We can only hope and dream. We will be bringing you all the latest. My opinion of it, I think it's about a 30% chance. Oscar Milinkovic, Andrew Cos, Roberto Drugi, ADV, Primot, Jonathan Gallagher, G-Wolf United, Viking Red, Bell 691, Andrew Cos, see you Giraffe, Andrew Cos, Primot, Jonathan Gallagher. He says, I'll be minutes late for the next stream. Have football 8 to 9:30. No worries, Jonathan Gallagher. Good luck at footy, mate. Smash it up, dude. And yeah, no problem. We'll see when we see you. Jonathan Gallagher, Primot, AR Dan, AR Dan, OP Dragon, you absolute legend, Don of Dons as well. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one. Cheers for watching. I'll catch you later at 9 o'clock for the preview of the Europa League final. See you then. Come back in a few minutes and let me know your thoughts in the Not Lives comments. And come on, United. Oops. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I just realised my microphone wasn't on this scene here. Anyway. Yes, guys, thank you for watching. This is just a member rundown. Still a few more members to add to this list. We're going to update it monthly, but thank you to all the channel members, each and every one of you guys. You can see us a bunch in the live chat right now. Viking Red, Roberto Drugi, AR Dan, Jonathan Gallagher, Primot, etc. All the legends in green here with the badges next to the names. Rushmano, thank you, Rushmano. Thank you, all the legends of this channel. You know, this is just the member rundown to say a little thank you to each and every one of these guys on this list. So yeah, have a great evening, guys. Going to go get some grub now, and I'll be on in just under an hour and a half talking about Manchester United Villarreal, giving you all the stats, giving you all the latest, and setting and previewing the game up, my friends. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to go in hard. We're going to go in there raw. See you then, guys. Have a good one. Like, subscribe, comment. This is The Pig. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.